called me bonehead. And I did not know until I was in my early 20s that that's not because I'm hard-headed. I was talking to my grandmother. I said, Granny, I said, I know you never got past the 6th grade in school, but you're the smartest woman I've ever met. And she said, that would mean so much to me if you were not such a dumbass. And she said, oh, I mean bonehead. And I said, no, Granny, they don't call me bonehead because I'm a dumbass. They call me bonehead because I'm hard-headed. And this old Southern woman looked at me and said, bless your heart. And that's when I knew my entire life they'd been calling me an idiot, and I've been going right along with them. So that was great. So my grandmother was really smart, though. And she did tell me, she said, if you ever live to be older than 50, do not ever take a mirror, stand over it naked, and look down. But because I'm hard-headed, I decided about a month ago, let's see if she's really right. So I take this mirror, off my bathroom wall, and set it on the floor, and I stood over it, and I said, eee! I mean, it was really scary. You cannot unsee that. And she told me that. You cannot unsee that. But not just that. My tan had been broke for a couple weeks, and I was see-through with purple lines on top of everything. So I decided, okay, I don't know if I can get my muscle tone back, but I can get my color back. So I went down and tried to fix my tan bed and electrocuted myself and decided I wasn't going to be able to do that. But there was this little gym that's right down the road from me, and they were doing that 60-day challenge crap, And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if I can get my body back into shape, but I'm tanning. They got tanning, so they give me 60 days worth of tanning. I know I can get some color going. So I go in there, and they go through the whole spiel, right? And I'm like, okay, but when I'm done working out, I'm tanning. And the guy looked at me, he said, you can tan anytime you want. He said, all you gotta do is go outside. And I looked at him and I said, cool, and ha-ha. So I came in the next day, and I gave him my all, and I'm sweating my ass off, because trust me, I'm as far as healthy as we can get. And so I'm done, and I looked at his wife, Laurel, and I said, I'm going to grab a shower, and I'm going to get the tan bed real quick before I head out. And she said, honey, we don't have a tan bed, but you can tan anytime you want. All you got to do is go outside. So now my ass is going to the gym, sweating, and I don't even want to do. And after that, I have to go outside, because I'm an idiot. And I joined a gym for a tan bed, and they don't even have a tan bed. So they were supposed to be here tonight. They find out as much as a bonehead as I really am. Let's see, what else have I done that's a bonehead moment? Well, we were talking about, pink pussy and brown booty hole. So I decided, because I'm really smart, that I could lighten some areas that had darkened over time that I needed to lighten a little bit. And I didn't have money to go to the spa, but I'm smart. So I took my 44% peroxide tooth whitening gel, and I put it on a little 2x2, and I stuck it in the area in which I wish to lighten. And you're supposed to lay down for about 15 minutes. Well, I lay down and fell asleep. And 6 hours later, when I woke up, the only thing I can tell you for sure is that I fucked up. I messed up really bad. And now I have a polka dotted pussy, and I'm never going to be able to get that color back. Because my doctor told me, she said, just tell everybody you have sudden onset vitiligo. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Because now I have spots that I should not have. And I also have a tattoo that runs from here all the way up to here, to make them get their attention back here. And that just confuses them. I got too much going on. It's like a collage, and they're just trying to connect the dots and shit. And I'm like, whoa, concentrate back there. So let's see, what else have I done? It's a bonehead moment. I see you, baby girl. Let's see. I put on those stick-on boobs, the ones that clasp in the middle. They're kind of fleshy-like, right? So I put these on, and I read the directions. The directions said, don't get them wet. I said, cool. It's not raining. I'm not swimming. I'm good. But I went out dancing. So what happens when you dance, guys? What happens? You sweat. You sweat just a little bit. And now it's a little bit of water. So I'm out there on the dance floor trying to look all good, doing my thing, and my boobs fell straight out the bottom of my dress and landed on my foot. And now these things are hot, and they're wet, and they're sticky. And I thought an octopus had been released from the damn aquarium. I didn't know what the hell it was. So I kicked these suckers, and now they go flying. I shit you not. They go flying through the air, and one of them stuck to the wall, and the other one was just dangling there, to the beat. I had to walk that 20